Hey, thanks for stopping by. Do you like potatoes? I am getting ready to show you an easy potato dish, an easy cheesy potato dish. Okay. I have a jar of potatoes that I have canned. Folks, these are the O'Brien potatoes. You can use just a regular canned potato, but what makes these O'Brien is this right here. They have red and green bell peppers and onions in there, which adds a great flavor. If you don't have the home canned type of potato, you can buy sliced or diced potatoes in any grocery store, but of course we happen to prefer what we do ourselves. Okay, I've opened my potatoes. Spritz it with non-stick spray. I did have that preheating, folks, just in case you can't tell. Put some butter in there. And folks, we like spicy foods around here. And with potatoes, it's no different. I have just a jalapeno. You can use green, you can use red, whichever you prefer. It doesn't really matter. Or if you don't like spicy foods, then leave it out. Just depends on what you like. Okay. Put this back over here. Okay, I'm going to put the jalapeno in there and let it start to soften up a little bit. Now I'm going to go over here. As you can see, there's a little bit of liquid in here. A lot of people can have liquid all the way over the top. I prefer not to do that. The method I use in this is called dry canning. And I will leave a link in the description box as to how I can these potatoes. But I'm going to go over to the sink and I'm going to rinse the liquid out and some of the starch that settled to the bottom. You know, I wish we had smell-o-vision, because you would be smelling the same aroma that I do. And this is nice and warm. And if I don't get potatoes on top of this soon, I'm going to be crying. So we'll just dump our potatoes. We're going to leave them sitting there for a few minutes to start crisping up on the bottom. These are canned potatoes, folks. They're totally done. So technically, the only thing you need to do is heat them up. But I'm going to get just a little bit of brown on them, flip them, and then we'll go on to that next step. Okay. As you can see, all the liquid has cooked out of our potatoes and jalapenos. I'm going to get some shredded cheese. This is a Fiesta blend. You can use Mexican, you can use cheddar, you can use whatever you like. This is just our favorite. I'm going to put, that's probably around 3/4 cup, guys. Okay. And I'm going to put our spices on here. I have red pepper, I have smoked paprika, garlic powder, black pepper, chili powder, rattlesnake seasoning. Guys, I get this off of Amazon, and oh my goodness gracious. And onion powder. It's between between an 1/8 and 1/4 teaspoon of each seasoning. Depends on how spicy you like it as to how much you put in there. But this is an amazing seasoning. Okay, I did turn my heat off. So the only thing we're doing now is just melting the cheese. Okay. And always with clean hands, you go in and you just sprinkle your seasoning mix on there. We're going to let that sit for another minute or so. As we mix it up, that way the cheese and the seasoning gets distributed throughout it. And that's all there is to this dish, guys. Let me move my seasonings and then I'll plate it up for you. This is a wonderful side dish, or in all honesty, my son who came up with this recipe eats this just as a full meal. This is a meal for him, guys. He doesn't need anything else. And he was gracious enough to share with me yesterday, so I'm glad for that. But these are ingredients that I always have in my pantry. And it's a fast, easy, and inexpensive meal. There you go. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.